Hello everyone and welcome back to another maths lesson. Today your learning objective then is to multiply 1 and 2 digit numbers by 100. Okay, so multiply 1 and 2 digit numbers by 100. So your vocabulary for today that you need to write on your worksheet is multiply, digit, place value, product and zeros, because you'll need those when you come to answer, stretch it and solve it, because you need to do a little bit of writing. So let's have a little look at do it. Okay, so we're focusing on this little part of the board first. It says here 7 multiplied by 100. Okay, so how do we answer this sort of question? If you remember before, when I said something like 7 multiplied by 10, we make our number 10 times bigger. If we're doing it by 100, we need to make it 100 times bigger. Here is the number 7. If I make it 100 times bigger, we need to move 2 place value positions to the left. So here we are in the ones. If I move 2 place value positions to the left, 1, 2, I've gone from having 7 to 7, and what will go in here? 700. Okay, so 7 hundredths. That's all you need to do. Now what I don't want to hear is when you make a number 100 times bigger, you just add 2 zeros. That's not actually what's happening. You might see a pattern like that emerge, but that isn't actually what's happening. The number is becoming 10 times or 100 times bigger. So we're moving 2 place value steps to the left. If it was 17, okay, there would be my 17, and I was to make that 100 times bigger, the same thing would happen. I would need to move my 17 2 places to the left. So this time it would go from 17, 1, 2. My 17, which was here before, is 100 times bigger, so now it's 1,700. Okay, so if you look here, all that's happened is because there are 2 zeros, you need to be moving 2 places across the place value grid. So if you have a go at try it, which says 17 times 100, I've just done that for you, silliness man. Let me change that ever so quickly. 19 multiplied 100, follow your steps to success there. Make sure you have drawn out your thousands, hundreds, tens and ones. Don't just do it in your head. I know you can, but if you show me, it means I know you definitely understand it. Okay, so I put your 19 into the tens and ones column, then make it 100 times bigger. So try it, and then I'll go for the answer in just a second. Okay, so 19 goes in here. How many zeros? 1, 2. Okay, so I'm making it 100 times bigger, which means I need to move how many steps? 2 steps to the left of our place value. 100 times bigger than 19. So I go from my tens column, 1, 2 steps. Here's my 19, but now it's 100 times bigger. Which is nice and simple for you, because if you to now do this 1,000 times bigger, 3 zeros, means you need to move 3 steps to the left, okay? So nice and simple today's lesson, but you must follow the steps very carefully. It's not about just putting zeros in the end, it's about moving across the place value chart as things get bigger. Now stretch it and beyond. Coco thinks 28 multiplied by 100 is, well, let's have a little look here. What is going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would start with ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then after that it's tens of thousands. 28,000 is her answer. Explain why she's incorrect. Well, this is when vocabulary is going to be very important, because this will help you answer the question. Without vocabulary, you're going to struggle. You'll end up writing, because she hasn't done this and she hasn't put a 1 in the right place. No, use the vocabulary. Okay, multiplying by 100, we've said when we multiply by 100, our number moves across the place value chart by 2 places, because our number's getting 100 times bigger. We started with the number, remember this is our multiplicand, so I could put that in here, couldn't I? Multiplicand is 28. If I was to make 28 100 times bigger, Okay, I've moved it twice across the place value chart. So my thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay, if I was to move that 2 places across, so here's my 28. Okay, 1, 2 places. I'm then in the thousands column. My answer would be 2,800. Now, Coco or Colin has got an extra 0 on the end. So instead of just saying Coco is wrong because she added too many zeros, okay, so what number has she multiplied by? Has she multiplied by 100? If there's now 3 zeros on the end, what number has she multiplied by? Okay, so think about what number ends with 3 zeros. Is it hundreds? Okay, so think very carefully about that. Solve it, always, sometimes, never. The product, remember what's a product? Oh, another word. Oh, no, I've got it in there, that's good. The product of a 1-digit number and 100 will have a 1 0. Product is the answer you get when you multiply 2 numbers. So the product of a 1-digit number, I'm going to put a 1-digit number, and 100 times 100 will have 1 0 in the answer. 7 multiplied by 100, what do I need to do? I need to make it 100 times bigger. So 1, 2, okay, 100 times bigger must mean, let me get my thousands, hundreds, tens and ones. There's my 7, I'm going to make it 100 times bigger. So 1, 2 places across the place value grid. My answer is going to be 700, and they've said it only has 1 0. 1, 2. Okay, that's not worked, has it? So that's wrong. That's not good. What happens if I was to do another 1-digit number? 9. Wonder what would happen here. Can you still see? Just about. Move across the place value by 100. 1, 2. Doesn't work. Okay? I don't think it's always. I certainly think it's sometimes. I think this time the answer is actually never. Okay, so that is everything for your maths for today. 3 or 4 more lessons of this, and then we'll get back to some sort of new normality and we'll be back in school to crack on with it. So do your best shot. Should be nice and simple today. Please be very careful with your vocabulary. All your answers for Stretch It and Solve It are right here. And it's just down to you to explain them using words. Okay, everything for today, guys. Thank you very much.